She was an explosion. The most active child, and really bright and funny, giggly, just a burst of energy. She was the most healthy person and a perfect fit, we thought, for military service because she passed everything with flying colors. On that day, it was March 23rd, Hailey had been home basically one full day from the Air Force Academy, and she decided that day that she was going to go get ready for a physical fitness test. I'll never forget this because she said to me, "Mom, I'm in the best shape of my life."
I got the call that something has happened to Hailey. It's critical. She was working out at the gym and has had some type of a cardiac condition. They're taking her to the hospital. You've got to get home now.
Nothing was going right. Nothing went right that whole night. And
nothing went right for the next 2 days.
No. And her blood pressure was consistently in the 50s. The goal was to get her stabilized so that she could get to VCU. But she was never able to be stabilized. I realized that I had to face that my daughter was facing death. I was looking at a girl who was no longer there. There was no Hailey there, and I wanted her back so badly, and I wanted someone to tell me that there was hope.
I was the ICU attending when Hailey Lane was transferred to us from an outside hospital. She was very sick. She was in the beginnings or the early stages of multi-organ dysfunction. She was on life support with ECMO and not having very good flows and deteriorating while on ECMO.
My cell phone rings and a gentleman says, "You don't know me, but my name is Dr. Cutter. I'm a cardiac thoracic surgeon at VCU. I was here when as they're bringing your daughter in on the ambulance. I have evaluated her. Let me tell you what I'm going to do." But by the time we get there, I'm getting phone calls on my cell phone again. And "Hello, Mr. Lane, you don't know me, but I am nurse so-and-so. I am down in the operating room with Dr. Cotter, and I just want to let you know everything's going as planned." Whether it was a turning point or not, I can tell you what, it was sure a relief to kind of have that interaction with the doctors and the nurses.
We have a very interdisciplinary team that is made of a lot of people. In Hailey's case, there were a lot of different medical teams involved, but even on rounds, we have the medical staff, we have the nursing staff, the nutritionists, pharmacists, and in Hailey's case, the perfusionists and the ECMO specialist, as well as the surgical staff, all participating in her rounds. An important part of that team that deserves mentioning is also the family. We like having the families on rounds. It helps them feel involved. It helps them answer some of their questions.
We were always informed about everything that was happening. No one ever gave up on Hailey.
I don't remember waking up. I kind of just one day remember moving from the ICU to a step-down unit, and that's my first memory.
She had to learn to not only walk again, she had to learn to swallow, and she hadn't eaten for weeks.
I told her that from a cardiac perspective, your heart's going to be okay.
When she got more healthy, we took her to the electrophysiology laboratory to look for abnormal heart rhythms or abnormal circuits, and that'll look pretty good. And then a few days before she was ready to be discharged to rehabilitation, we put in the defibrillator. And it's not to make her feel better, it's to keep this from happening again.
Critical care as a specialty is a very difficult field at times because we deal with very, very sick patients. And stories like this, and for instance, a month ago when I got to walk through the hospital and Hailey's mom yelled my name out, and I didn't even recognize Hailey, is what makes this job awesome and working at VCU awesome, is to see somebody who was literally on the brink of death, walking around, smiling, and giving you a hug is probably the best feeling in the world.
I am so incredibly thankful to all the VCU nurses, doctors, and practitioners who helped save my life. I know from what I've been told, there are many cases where it seemed like a hopeless cause, but they, continued with innovative support that ultimately saved my life, and I am so incredibly grateful for that. I think the best way I can repay and thank those practitioners who helped save my life is to live my life from now to the fullest and to live a happy life, and that's the best way I can say thank you to them.